everyone. Today I am doing a video in response to Tomohawk's video, Alopecia and Dating, because I saw the video and I had to respond because I felt like I could go on and on and on about alopecia and dating. But I'm actually in the middle of moving right now because for those that don't know, I've been living in Ohio for the last 3 years, and I will be moving back to California, where I'm from, and by the end of the month we will be pretty much all back and set in. So we actually leave on Wednesday, and we're doing a cross-country road trip from Ohio down to Tennessee through like Texas and the South, and then heading west after that. Yeah, things have been crazy. As you can see, there's like boxes and crap everywhere. On top of all that, I got sick yesterday, so I am fighting a little bit of a head cold, so if I sound kind of like stuffy or nasally, that is why. Luckily, you can't get sick watching YouTube videos, so there's a germ-free zone right here. Anyways, alopecia and dating, where are we? Alopecia and dating. So a little bit of background on me. For those that don't know, I lost my hair when I was 15 years old, and because of that, I didn't really kind of like date a lot until later on because I was uncomfortable with who I was and who I identified with, but I did have like boyfriends. So I'll just be talking from experience because this whole process, like dating and alopecia, is so like to each his own, because what works for me might not work for you, and it's all about your personality and who you are and like what you're most comfortable with. Yeah, so as long as you're comfortable with whatever, you know, process or methods work best for you, then just do that, because I can tell you that you've like done everything and you've tried everything, and then of course like you meet someone and you're like, well, I don't know what to do now. My experience, like when I was young, I was always wearing a wig. The guys that I dated knew that I had alopecia, but rarely did I take my wig off. So like they knew that it was a wig, and they kind of had seen pictures of me without my hair. But because I was uncomfortable with it, they were uncomfortable with it. So if we were doing anything that would require me taking my wig off, I just wouldn't participate. So I missed out on a lot of like super cool opportunities because I didn't want to take my wig off and then create more uncomfortable situations or awkwardness. It made me kind of shy, and it made me kind of like cautious about who I spent my time with and who knew what. And so yeah, so it had a huge impact early on in my dating life, and so I think that it really kind of formulated, you know, where I was gonna go and who I was gonna date after that, because as I got older, I got more comfortable without wearing my wig. It was this kind of gradual process that I hope and pray that all women one day can just like rip their wigs off and be like, woo, like I'm thinking like Rosie the Riveter, you know. No, I'm thinking like it would be such a beautiful thing to see people just accept everything about who they are. And so anyways, tangent, and we're coming back to alopecia and dating. So Tomohawk talked about 3 things that I think were key about alopecia and dating: to be confident, to love yourself, and to be honest. And you're not in trouble. And to be honest. Honesty will get you everywhere you need to be. And moreover, if you're willing to spend your life with someone, whether for a year or 6 months or 1 month, it doesn't matter. You're spending part of your life with them. Let them in and like let them know what's going on, because I really feel like it could strengthen your relationship, and it kind of does give you a much deeper bond, because if you're able to share the fact that, hey, you know, I wear a wig and I have alopecia, they will have your back in other situations. So like, let's say you, like what happened to me, like we were all over at a friend's house and everyone's like, let's go in the pool, and I was like, let's play Scrabble or something that doesn't involve me taking my wig off. And yeah, I didn't have one of those cool wigs that you could go swimming in. And so, yeah, so that was not an option for me at all. And so luckily, actually, the guy that I was dating was like, oh, I'll go inside with you, and we ended up like watching TV or watching some Disney movie or something. Honesty is best when you can share that with the person that you're dating. Use what you're most comfortable with, but I find that honesty just builds a great foundation for your whole relationship. And if that's kind of how you start things off, it just grows into, I think, a better kind of friendship in the long run. Because you really can't have a strong relationship if you're hiding something from them, something as big as your alopecia. Like, no matter what it is, like it does have a huge impact on your life, and I think it's important to share that with people. To tack on to being honest, let's talk about guys that are like people that are scared to tell their boyfriends because they're worried of rejection. Guys that don't accept you for who you are can go shove it up somewhere where the sun don't shine, because that's ridiculous. The fact that people can be so shallow to deny, like to reject you based on who you are, like, bye Felicia, like, we don't have time for that. Because there are so many other better people in this world who do accept you for who you are and who do believe that you're beautiful, that the one guy that you were kind of interested in and kind of thought he was cute, but when you told him you had alopecia and you were vulnerable and you opened yourself up to him and all he did was be like, nah, then you can just do the same thing back. I don't believe that he's worth another second of your time if that's the case, because I feel like that's the most ridiculous thing in the world, and it happens all the time, and it's ridiculous because men are idiots, and there are some amazing men out there, and then there are some really not so great men out there, and you deserve someone who loves you for who you are, and that's what's most important. So yeah, guys that deny you a relationship because you have alopecia, you deny that attention right back, because there's no reason for you to be spending any more time with them. Like, chuck them out the door, they're done, like, that's ridiculous, and there's just a much bigger, better plan out there for you anyways, because no matter what, like, I can't stress this enough, like, you are beautiful, and there is no guy who can tell you you're not. There isn't, no matter what you say. Like, any guy that tells you you're not beautiful is out the door before he ever finishes a sentence. So don't ever waste your time trying to make someone think that you are beautiful. And there's a lot of other people that will accept you and love you for who you are, and that's what's most important, is I think, like, finding that one person, and when you're able to tell them that you have alopecia and they're like, I think that's rad, and you're like, oh my gosh, I could kiss you, and then you kiss, and it's like really nice, and it feels good. I love that kind of stuff. It's just good things. Number 2 was to love yourself, and loving yourself comes first, loving someone else comes second. If you can't love yourself, how could you share love with someone else? Because they're just going to share the same insecurities that you have. And I think that's really hard to build, like, a strong relationship on. And loving yourself and confidence, which is the third thing, does go hand in hand. Like, if you're confident in yourself, be it wearing your wig or like bald spots, or if you have alopecia universalis like me and you're like, whatever, dude, like, no hair, don't care. Having confidence in whatever you end up choosing is the most important thing, because it will set the stage for everything else. So if you accept yourself for who you are, right? Like, I am bald, I accept, right? Like, that's an affirmation that I tell to myself every now and again. Like, I am bald, I accept. I am okay with being bald. And if you can, like, get to that point and you're like, rock on, sister, like, I'm so done with wearing wigs and having hair and doing my makeup and whatever, and the person that you're dating can't accept that, then again, you just move on. You can move on to bigger and better things. Don't deal with stuff that brings negativity into your life. And sorry, but no man could ever bring you that kind of feeling. Like, no man can ever love you as much as you can love yourself, and I think that that's, like, a good thing. Be honest with yourself, love yourself, and be confident in who you are, and just things will start naturally coming to you, and I think that it's just, like, a really wonderful experience to share with someone else if you're in a relationship, but more importantly, just do it for yourself. Alopecia dating, gosh, I should make like 4 other videos on this, because I can keep talking about this forever. Obviously, talking comes easy to me because I talk a lot. Yeah. Whoops. The key things are kind of what Tom touched on, which was be confident, love yourself, and what was the third one? Oh, and be honest. Yeah. Like, not only are those key for dating with alopecia, but those speak to such like broader topics in life, because you could use that not just for dating, but you could use that for everything. Loving yourself just brings you so much more happiness in the long run, so much more happiness that no one else can bring you that. So yeah, so love yourself, be honest, and that will bring you happiness. And the last one is to be confident. You are beautiful, you are stunning, you are exquisite. That's it. Sorry if I got kind of deep there at the end, but yeah, like I could totally make 4 more videos on this just because there's so many other things that you could touch on. I mean, this is just a response to what Tomohawk said, but I definitely would appreciate any of your tips, tricks, and or comments below. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see about dating in alopecia from a woman's perspective, because sometimes like I get caught up and I don't think of anything else and I get so talky and I forget. Blech. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time when I'm in California.